Isaac Newton was born on the 25th of December, 1642, an hour or two after midnight, at Woolstrope Manor, in Woolsthorpe-by-Colsterworth, a hamlet in the county of Lincolnshire. Isaac's father, also called Isaac Newton, died 3 months before Isaac was born. Owing to some pregnancy complications, Isaac's mother, Hannah Ayscough, gave birth to him prematurely. Isaac was so small in size that people wondered if he had come to stay, but he defied their pessimism and lived to grow bigger and older. The year Isaac turned 3, his mother remarried and went to live with her new husband, leaving him in his maternal grandmother's care. Isaac grew up resenting his mother's husband. For this reason, he dissociated himself from the man. He enrolled in King's School, Grantham, where he learned some Latin and Greek. Isaac's grandmother lived in the countryside, a location peopled by farmers. Isaac learned how to farm as a child, even though he found it very strenuous. Isaac was not very brilliant in school. He struggled to understand most subjects, and this resulted in him having a poor relationship with his teachers. Isaac was written off by all and sundry as a person whose intellect was below par. Despite his inability to cope with other subjects, Isaac felt a special connection with mathematics. He was enthralled by the subject and found himself engrossed in solving mathematical problems, a habit that remained with him throughout his life. Isaac's mother lost her second husband and returned home to live with her parents. She also forced Isaac out of school. When he returned home, Isaac started to help his mother out at the farm. He loathed the arrangement and wanted to return to school, but his mother believed him to be unintelligent and suitable for formal education. Isaac was seen as someone who wouldn't achieve much in life and was encouraged by his family to become a subsistent farmer. The only hindrance to their advice was that Isaac could not adapt to farming. Hard as he tried, Isaac's headmaster at King's School soon learned of his absence from school and encouraged his mother to send him back to school. When he returned to school, he was bullied so much by fellow students over his poor academic performance. Isaac saw this as motivation and worked harder. Soon, he became one of the top-ranked students with an especially outstanding performance in mathematics. Isaac disappointed his detractors when he gained admission into Trinity College, Cambridge, on scholarship. Isaac started to study the works of great mechanical philosophers. This filled his passion for making his own mathematical discoveries. He discovered the binomial theorem and began to develop a mathematical theory which later became the calculus that is studied all over the world. Isaac's findings and works advanced every branch of mathematics studied then. He observed that the spectrum of colors existing in the prism in the position of minimum deviation is long. This led to greater discoveries about light. Isaac made many more discoveries that cemented his status as one of the greatest mathematicians, physicists, astronomers, theologians, and authors of all time. When we are written off by people, there are 2 things we have to do. First, we need to subject ourselves to thorough introspection to find out what is amiss and fix it. Second, we need to ignore those who have written us off when we realize that nothing is truly amiss. There are people in life who will not say good of you, regardless of what you do. Such people are like cancer and should be cut off from your life as soon as you detect them. Shannon L. Alder said, "They hate you because you represent something they feel they don't have. It really isn't about you. It is about the hatred they have for themselves. So, smile today, because there is something you are doing right that has a lot of people thinking about you." Sometimes, people who malign you or write you off are only expressing their deep-seated personal insecurities. Chris Pine said, "Ignore the naysayers. Really, the only option is head down and focus on the job. Naysayers and haters will always have negative opinions of you. Ignore them." Jonathan West said, "People who write you off are just lacking in the capacity to see your potentials." Isaac Newton understood that the only option that mattered most about his dreams were his opinions. This was why he was able to keep the negativity at bay.